Good news today, though, for the Albanese government and for mortgage holders around the country. Or is it? Looking ahead, we'll soon find out. The Reserve Bank today decided not to raise the official interest rate for the 13th time since May last year. It's going to stay on hold at 4.1% instead. Joining me is Warren Hogan, the Chief Economic Advisor of the Judo Bank. Warren, always great to talk to you. No further interest rate rise this month. Was that the right call?
Yeah, good evening, Andrew. Look, I don't think it was the right call. I think they should have gone again today. It'll give us the best chance of minimising the total extent of interest rate rises required to get this inflation under control. That being said, they've got a meeting in 4 weeks' time. In 5 weeks' time, they can move then. The thing that happened today that worries me is they've pushed out their expected time frame for when inflation is going to return to target to late 2025. At the start of this year, it was early 2025, which in and of itself was slower than other central banks. So they're really dragging their feet on getting inflation under control. And you can see that by comparing where our interest rate is compared to other countries like the US, which is at 5.5%. The ECB, which has now got an interest rate higher than ours in Europe, which is an economy that's barely growing and with lower inflation. So I think they probably should have gone today.
Well, you have warned on the show and elsewhere for quite some time your fear that the Reserve Bank was losing a bit of heart for this fight. It's been under tremendous political pressure, of course, and the Reserve Bank governor has lost his job as a consequence as well. But Warren, I should end it with the conspiracy theories, but there it is. There has been some talk of the government calling an early election. That would become, of course, more likely if it can actually claim it's got us through this inflation crisis. You've mentioned that the inflation problem could actually extend next year. What overall is the economy looking like over the next year?
Well, look, it's slowing down. There's no two ways about that, but it's actually in very good health. I mean, we're producing record amounts of jobs. This boost to the immigration rate is actually just translating straight into employment growth. And of course, while there's new jobs being created and people's wages are going up, the underlying economy is going to be on a pretty good footing. And this is where I'm concerned that the economy is not slowing enough to get rid of this inflation. The housing market's going up. So look, we may see some further slowdown in the second half of the year, but I think the economy is actually going to be in pretty good shape, particularly if the RBA keeps the cash rate where it is right now.
Well, that sounds to me like an amber light flashing for an option for Anthony Albanese, if it's the bottle for it, to yes, indeed, call a double dissolution early election next year. Warren Hogan, thank you so much for your analysis. I really appreciate that.